What is going on? Welcome to the Kiesel Guitars live Q&A. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to hang out, talk about guitars. We got something special. We have the Rainbow Sparkle limited edition run, and we've added a lot of really cool options within that run. So you're not just getting it over black. Now, black does look amazing, but we've added some other colors. So we're going to dive into that in a little bit. If you're new to the lives, thanks for joining us. These lives, typically I'll have a deal of the live, so I'll put one guitar either on a special promo or give you guys, early access to something. And then I'll typically show off a customer build. In this case, I'm showing off another Rainbow Sparkle. And then we may do a little, like quick questions where, we do a speed round where Brandon's going to ask me a bunch of questions really fast. I'm going to answer
kind of slow.
Well, Brandon reads them slow, but that's Brandon. And then, maybe we'll talk about stuff going on in the shop, sometimes new things, new artist news, etc. So this is your opportunity to ask me whatever you want to know. It does not have to just be guitar related. Of course, the majority of the questions are, which is pretty understandable. But if you are a racing fan, we got F1 here in Vegas this weekend. You're into the type of racing I do, which is autocrossing. Want to talk about food? I love some Mexican food for sure, and I am definitely a foodie. You want to talk about TV shows, whatever you want to know, I am here. Ask me what you want to know, or talk about those Lakers. They have a great start this season. They looked great with LeBron back in. Man, some of that passing he was doing was phenomenal. Couldn't make much, but his passing was on point. Let's dive into it. So I'll wait to pull those off the back wall. Rainbow Sparkle Limited Edition. So this particular one, Brandon, you're going to have to yell to me when I get like good angles or...
That's okay right there.
Okay.
Kind of.
They're going to be hard to see. I feel like here we did shoot some videos in the parking lot. Just kind of trying to show them off in the sun. This one has a color shift burst. So you're going to have the color shift perimeter. You're going to have a black center, a Rainbow Sparkle heavy metal flake. These are very large flakes. They pop off and they just jump almost off the guitar to say what's up. It's pretty crazy. Of course, you got your matching headstock. And what we do is historically once a year, about now, we do a limited run and we're letting you guys put your own custom builds in. So these options are on the builder. There's 8 of them in total. And you can customize your guitar the way you want. Of course, take advantage of our sale as well, which is awesome. This guitar spec'd out for about $31.99. We're gonna let it go for $29.99. It's not a massive, massive discount. The Rainbow Metal Flake is already discounted, normally an $800 charge. We're down to $500 as a promotion during this Black November. So if you want this exact guitar, there's no wait, $29.99, grabs it. Give my guys a call and they can go over the specs. They have all the information. The number you would call is 858-GUITARS, and you can grab that exact guitar. What we did different within this run is, and I shouldn't say run, limited edition color, limited edition finish. What we did is typically it's over black. We did like this one here is a black center and it's got the Blue Mist metallic finish, which I think just on its own is already badass. And then to rainbow it on top of that is just absolutely amazing looking. Keep in mind that the light source is going to direct how much this is going to pop as far as the rainbows. I don't know if I'm getting the lighting right or not. Maybe Brandon can pop up some of that video footage. Did you edit any of that, Brandon?
I got video footage for all the guitars. It's
cool.
About 30 seconds. I'll just drop it on there so you can see a little preview of
That's awesome. Yeah, if you
them.
want to do that now, that way people can kind of check that out. Maybe we could play it again towards the end for those that log in late. But this is your opportunity to get one of these. This is not something you can get throughout the year, meaning if you miss this window, we're not going to be offering it again. Historically, it's been once a year in November. This is your opportunity. The reason why we don't is with these rainbow metal flakes, as we spray them, they're so heavy and they're so large that they do spray kind of everywhere. And we want to douche our entire spray booth after that, so we don't end up with one of these little rainbow flakes on a non-rainbow flake guitar. So that takes a full day to fully douche the spray booth and prep it so that way we're totally clean and clear. We got no rainbow in there, because that would be a problem down the road, one of these flakes showing up in someone else's guitar. And that's why we only do it once a year, because it is such a process to lose, 20 guitars. We shoot 20 guitars in a day. So we're saying, hey, we're going to clean our booth. And in that one day, we're not going to be able to spray anything. So that's why it's once a year. So if you've ever wondered that, that's why we do it that way. You guys can also call if there's other colors you'd like to see underneath. Of course, we can do that. These are the colors we feel are going to look the best, and that's why we chose them. If you want something different that we offer, of course, we can do that for you. Let me show off another one. Let me grab this silver one. That way you guys can kind of see this one too. Brandon, you're going to have to yell at me.
Right. Turn it a little bit. It's all right. There we go. That's nice right there.
So what's crazy is the light behind me, this really warm light, it's popping like a motherfucker. It looks so badass. Like my vision right now is like, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to airdrop this to you.
Yeah.
So they can see what it looks like. Come on, fucking thing. Maybe even do a video of a video. All right, so I drop it. Okay, and which one do you want me to send that to, Brandon?
Stream MacBook Pro.
Okay. It's a video. It's just a short little one. It's waiting on you. Sweet.
Got it. I'll throw it up there right now.
So there's that silver one, which also looks amazing. These really came out great. I'm kind of partial. I think, these ones look like maybe the craziest because you got the color shift going on, the black center, and then the rainbow. They probably look the craziest. But I think one of my favorites is that pink, man. I really like that pink one because the pink color is already so cool. It's this pink pearl, the custom color that we don't offer. And then when you add that rainbow and it just hits it just right, you're like, whoa, what's going on there? It's like more subtle. So I kind of like mixed which one I like the best. Which one do you guys like the best? So on that note, with these rainbows, you can order them online or you can call the guys and, build one of those. As far as the custom shop, I'm giving you guys a little update on my workload. I have 2 more builds that were September dates. And once I finish those, I'm going to be into October. And I know that means I'm late. I'm not late on everything. There's some that have gone through that have maybe minor work from me. And some of these builds are more elaborate and they take multiple steps. So what would happen is, let's say I have a cart of guitars and some are 3 steps from me. Well, I'll prep and do 1 step. And while those are drying or waiting, I'll work on other ones. And some of these are single steps for me and some are, 3, 4 steps. So it just depends on what I have going on, kind of determines where I'm at. But I am getting caught up, so that's really good. And normally I don't get as caught up as I am until everybody leaves for the Christmas holiday and I come in by myself. Usually I'm here, I don't take really any time off, and I'm here kind of by myself working on guitars. So the running joke is I might actually be able to take a vacation this year and stay home for a couple days and not come into the shop every day during the break. So that would be a goal. That'd be pretty awesome for me to be able to do. But I am getting caught up on your guys' builds and pretty excited about the progress I am making there. And I think at this point, let's jump into some questions, Brandon.
All right, I'm going to actually start it off with a comment. This is from Chris, who was asking a question last week about the wood 3PBs. He says, thanks for their suggestion on the walnut 3PB. Later last week, I got my order placed for a Z2B M6.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, those look really cool. I actually did a few builds last week that I worked on custom finishes that had the wood 3PBs. It's just such a neat look. It's like, it just pops off and really sets a build off. It's subtle, but sometimes that little bit, it's like, oh, wow, what's that? That's cool.
Would you ever offer a version of the SCB or Solo with an F-hole?
I mean, I don't know that I would do an F-hole, but maybe some sort of decorative hole. You know, like the Tim Miller has like a pretty cool decorative hole. I don't know. I think that could be really cool.
Any plans to add a blue logo option?
You know what's funny is we just had this conversation in the custom shop. I swear we had a blue logo option. We didn't get very many of them, but I swear we had a blue one. And the logo department swears we never did. And I don't know who's right. So it just came up because we were doing a guitar for Sophie Lloyd, and I wanted to go a blue logo, a white drop shadowed over it, and then a red over that. So I wanted to go red, white, and blue. We have red, we have white, and I swore we had blue up and down. And shit, I couldn't find any. So what we ended up doing is what we did in the past on an American flag guitar for Jessica Lynn, where we took the Kiesel, where it's the K, and then the lines go over to the L, the blue from the Jason Becker Rainbow logo. We took the blue from that, and then we went white letters and then red letters in the center. So it goes red, white, and blue is what we just did. And that actually came out pretty cool. So I don't know if we'll ever have a blue logo, to answer your question. Squirrel.
I guess you kind of already answered this, but what's your favorite color other than black to have rainbow sparkle over?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because black, it pops the most. So darker colors, it's going to pop more than a lighter color. I mean, if you saw that silver looks really cool. Did you pop that picture up on the screen or the video up on the screen yet?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. All of them look great. You know, I have like a little unfair advantage of being able to, you know, kind of get whatever I want. I think this is pretty special looking too. I just like the finish on its own, even without the rainbow. I don't know. This is probably like the most cosmic looking and maybe the most eye-catching, because you have this like perimeter burst shifting and you have the rainbow like popping off. So if you're only going to ever have one, maybe this is the one to go with. I don't know. It's a really, really hard one. I think it depends on the shape of the guitar too.
Could you do rainbow sparkle over red or red metallic?
Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't pick those colors, so we can't guarantee how well they're going to pop off. We don't have a sample or an example of that, so realize ordering something beyond what we've put through obviously would always mean that it's non-returnable, just like I guess all these rainbow sparkles are. But I guess at least with these ones you've seen examples of, or you will see an example of shortly if you have not already.
Could you mist gold sparkle metal flake over a dark red?
I don't have any gold metal flakes, so no, I cannot do that. I don't have any here. It's not something I'm offering. I did offer it at one point. I'm not offering it. I haven't offered it for, gosh, like 5 years now.
Did you already go over the deal of the live?
Yeah, so the deal of the live is going to be this rainbow limited edition sparkle over the color shift burst. It's going to be $29.99. Normally about $31.99. And that's factoring in the fact that the rainbow is on sale. The color shift burst is on sale. So it's part of the promo. And then you don't have to wait, right? You know, someone else that's ordering this is going to be waiting, 12-ish weeks. And as we're getting into our busiest time, right? This is our busiest time of year. Our log is going to get further and further behind, right? We're going to have more and more orders in front of yours. So if you're waiting and you're sitting there going, hey, What deals are they going to add? I promise you, we're not adding any deals. We may have some flash sales that are one day only, but we're not adding any deals to our already crazy Black Friday promo. So you have to ask yourself a question: what's it worth to get it 6, 7, 8 weeks sooner? Because as we get more backed up, you're going to wait longer, right? Those other people's builds are in front of yours. And that means it's going to take longer. I also want to touch on something else too, that I don't know how much you guys are thinking about this or coming into, like, I guess, account for. When we do a promo, we're literally taking the profit we would make on the guitar and we're lowering it down. Now, we don't have the easy button where we can just hit the print and order more guitars, right? These are not overseas guitars. I don't have a factory overseas just pumping them out. I can't say, oh, okay, well, I want to order another 1,000 guitars and I'm going to make less money on them, and that's cool. So when we run a promo, it really does affect us, and that's why, as time is going on, we're going to be less and less able to run promos. As costs keep going up, I'm trying to keep the guitars affordable. It's going to be hard for me to run promos. So just being fully transparent, that's keeping our guitars affordable, not having crazy margins. And then, when you have overseas, a lot of these guitars have fat margins. We could make way more money on a cheap overseas guitar than we can on a high-end custom guitar. You might say, well, why don't you do an overseas thing? Because we want to have pride in what we do here. We feel that we're offering a service that's amazing. We're giving you the ability to order your custom signature model, if you will, within our parameters, which they're very elaborate. And then the quality is just next to none. And, there's a lot of great builders out there, but I think we're rivaling all of the top brands and we're a fraction of the price, right? So when you look at that, and then, you look at the fact that I only have a set number of employees, I can build a set number of guitars in a year. And by discounting that set number, it's not good for our profits, obviously. I don't have the ability to go, okay, China, give me 1,000 more. These Americans are going to eat them up, or these people are going to eat them up and they're going to buy them. We don't do that, So you want a really rad custom guitar, give us a call. Let's go. Now is the time.
Chris Hong says, give me the pink.
That pink one is badass. I knew Chris would love it. That's a color that Chris really likes. And the guys, what color did you have originally picked, Brandon? And I changed it to that.
It was the pink, purple, pearl.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we changed it to the pearl pink.
Correct.
Yeah, that's such a badass color. I'd like to see that color make a comeback, and maybe even something we offer for 2026. Not with the sparkle, but just with the pearl pink. That'd be cool.
Can you get a CS with 3 single coils, a Kiesel trim, and 24 3/4 inch scale?
You can get the Kiesel trim. You can get the 24 3/4 inch scale, but you can't get 3 single coils. And the reason for that is it has to do with the neck pickup joint, because it's a set neck. There's a certain amount of gap we need to put the neck into the joint, and then we use the pickup to cover that. And a neck pickup, a single coil neck pickup won't cover that. So you would have to go with a humbucker, or you could go with, I think P90s would be fine for that. But your other requests are fine.
If I buy an in stock, could I send in strings and have it set up in a different tuning?
No, that's not something we do. The reason for that is we have people tell us all the time they're going to send strings in or send this in or send that in, and they don't, and then we're sitting there waiting, and then we're chasing people down, and that's just not the job that we're into. What you could do, though, is if you wanted an in stock and there's a set of strings that we offer, we could always set that up with different strings and different tuning. We would charge you for that, of course, and then we could ship that out, and then you could swap to your strings later that are close enough. We could definitely do that. There would be a charge though. We can't take a guitar that, we have a set price on, it's ready to go. We've put strings on it. We've set it up. We've intonated it spot on, and then take the strings off, recut the nut, do everything, and then not charge anything. That is not something we'd be able to do. And especially probably it would be something that's on sale too. It's always got to be that. It's like a guitar, we're already like, okay, we're going to make like $50 on this thing. And then, someone wants to, get a whole new setup on it. And then we got to, pay the staff to do that and put new strings on it. So then maybe we're like $10 profit at the end of, at the end of that one.
Could you do rainbow sparkle infused Buckeye?
I do have a rainbow option that you can get. Yes, to answer your question.
I was holding out for a swirl run, but dang, I think I might need to get one of these.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you guys, there's no plans to do a swirl run. I don't have the time. I really wanted to do one this year. It's not happening this year. I'm not saying it's not happening and then it's going to happen. I'm not doing a swirl run this year. I haven't experimented at all this year, not even one dip all year long. I would need to come up with colors. That's by the time I prime boards and practice and do different things. I mean, it's several weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks. And then we'd have to put build examples in, and we're already past the end of the year by that point. So there won't be a swirl run this year. I'm sorry to disappoint. You guys, got the Kyber headless, the new mini headstock. I've been really, really active in the custom shop, and then trying to keep up with my builds. You guys are keeping me busier than I've ever been. So I hope to do a swirl run next year. I don't know when it would be. I mean, ideally, summertime sounds better, even from the standpoint of dipping guitars. Like, it would help us if it was warmer weather. But sorry to disappoint on that one, but we won't be doing a swirl run.
How would rainbow sparkle look on acid green?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's like it might be too bright of a color for it to really pop, but then again, the silver looks cool, the white looks cool. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I think to be safer, I would do it over Kiesel Racing Green over acid green for sure. I think it would look better over KRG over acid green. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I mean, you have a higher likelihood of it looking better over a darker color than a lighter one, in my opinion, if you're going to roll the dice on it.
Yeah, and the acid green has a lot of yellow in it, where the KRG has more blue in it. And so I think, the blues look really cool. Speaking of blues, let me grab this one. You moved them. Which one did you move? You moved the silver one.
I did.
The one you... All right, here we go. We got a Kira. Let me know, Brandon. And you know what? I wonder if that light, does that help at all? Is that...
I mean, maybe, but now I'm just seeing the side of your guitar. Look at the guitar.
Huh. Anything? No?
Let me zoom in. Yeah, that looks pretty cool right there.
Yeah, this is the Lambo blue.
What are your top selling guitar specs and colors?
Ooh, I don't know on that. And the reason why I don't know is I guess I don't need to know because everything's built to order. Everything's custom. I know when I've been at NAMM in the past and I've had, some of the other guitar companies come in and ask me like, what's your ratio of this versus that? And I'm like, I don't know. Well, what about the ratio of this versus this? I'm like, I don't know. And they look at me like I'm lying to them. And I just explained to them that everything's built to order. Everything's totally custom. So I don't really need to know. I'm not in charge of ordering any of the hardware. I have a purchasing department for that, and they keep everything in inventory. So I don't know. I don't know the answers to those questions. I mean, I see a lot of, like black raw tone is a pretty badass look. And it's very affordable. but I don't know the other answers really. I just, try to focus on, stay in my lane and do what I'm supposed to do, and trust my staff to do the other things.
Could you do rainbow sparkle over metallic gold?
Yes, and I don't know why we didn't do one, Brandon.
It's my fault. I put in
Dude,
the
it
bills.
is. You're the one that put
I
these
know. That's
in.
what I said. I put in the bill.
You know what would be badass?
What?
If we did a black center and a metallic gold burst, and then did a rainbow over that. I think that would look really badass, actually.
That would have been
Dude,
cool.
you failed.
Missed opportunity. I blew it.
The joke is Brandon loves gold. Like, it's like his favorite. I'm surprised Brandon didn't think of that. White and gold.
See, that would have looked kind of bad. If we did that same finish, but with a white center, that'd look kind of stupid. Black center would look cool, though.
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah.
Can we send in different brand pickups?
Yes, you can. Obviously, at the time of the order, we need to know that. And we put a code on there, UCP, use customers pickups. Same with your strings, UCS, use customer strings. So we can do those at the time of the order. It's not something that, oh, I didn't realize that. I placed my order last week, or I placed my order today. I'm going to call. Once the orders are placed, they're locked. There's no changes that we can make at all. But yes, we can do that. And most cases, any pickup will fit. Rare cases, there's some of the larger covered pickups that may or may not fit. So you can find out from the salesperson at the time. And then obviously you need to, get the pickup sent in to us, get your string sent in to us. We do have a policy that if we go to finish the build and we don't have the pickups or the strings, we're going to just put our pickups and our strings on it, and we're going to ship it out the door. We're not going to, I can't have my staff babysitting. I can't have them reaching out to you guys saying, hey, you've had 10, 12 weeks to get us strings and pickups. We're still waiting on you. So we won't be doing those things just because we can't have builds just lining up. And I mean, some people want to drag it out 20 weeks. And I don't know if they think, oh, I can do that, and then it'll delay me owing the money. You still owe the money. So it's not going to help drag the process out of being able to pay for the guitar. We do have the ability to either put it on a Kiesel card if you apply for that. And then the other option is we have a storage charge. So if it's been here, 30 days, once we hit 30 days, it's $100. That goes just to our storage fee. Another 30 days, $100 more dollars. That's not going to your bill. That's just going to what we're charging. And then at the 90-day mark, that's it. You'll get charged another 100, and then if it goes to the 120, that's when you're canceled, and we keep the whatever deposit we've agreed upon, whether it's a 20% or a 50%. So we obviously never want it to come to that, and it's rare. It doesn't come to that very often. And you guys have been pretty good about that, especially lately.
What is the blue color in the back?
It's probably our Lambo one. This one right here?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. Just showed that off about 5 minutes ago, so maybe the question's a little delayed.
Could you do rainbow sparkle over a black pick guard?
We won't do that. I'm not painting pick guards because as pick guards flex or we screw them down, if it pulls just a little bit and pops that clear or pops that color, it's not something I want the responsibility of warrantying.
Do you know if any models are going away for 2026?
There are models going away for 2026, and no, I will not be telling you which ones. There will be models going away, and there will be like bridge or hardware options for certain models going away. As we add new stuff, we got to make room. We just can't keep growing and expanding the line, because what happens is as you're expanding the line, you're less efficient. Meaning some guitars, the guys don't do them often enough. They're not as efficient sanding them because they don't get as much practice. So as models get, less popular, they cost us a lot more to make because, the guys, when they go to work on it, they're like, what do I do on this one? they may have questions on drilling. Where does the jack go? Where do the strap buttons go? And then, they're just not up to speed on sanding them, so it takes longer. So yeah, we will see some of that. That's just part of the process.
Can I order a JB Numbers guitar in this finish?
You can. You'd have to call in. It's not on the builder. The reason why it's not on the builder is because with the JB Numbers guitar, those guitars come tung oil finish. So if you want to do a gloss finish, we charge $200. So you'd pay the $200 plus whatever rainbow metal flake finish you want. So the answer is yes, you can do that. You'd have to call the guys.
All right, we're just over 30 minutes. You want to do a handful more questions or speed questions?
Yeah, as long as people got questions, we'll keep it rolling a little bit longer.
Would you rather have metal flakes for breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Ooh, I don't know. It sounds like hard to digest. So maybe breakfast, get it over with. Like have the metal flakes and power it down with some coffee and just I guess, pooping rainbows. I mean, it is what it is.
Is it a call-in option to get Fishman pickups painted?
No, not necessarily. If you're on the builder, you should be able to add the painted pickup option on the Fishman. Should be on there.
Could you ever do a Lumenlay logo?
We could do one, but it'd be very expensive because of the size. So it's not something we plan on offering. We do have the Lumenlay K you can get on the fingerboard at the 12th fret.
Could we get the rainbow sparkle over a custom color?
Absolutely. No problem.
Could you get a yin yang rainbow sparkle?
Ooh, I'm liking that. That sounds cool. I think that would be actually really cool. I'd like to see one of those. Why don't you put one of those in, Brandon?
Because I'm an idiot, I guess.
Oh.
Why is it not possible to get a 37-inch multi-scaled neck on a headless bass?
The hardware doesn't exist. So the Hipshot hardware that we have, so when it comes time to adjust the angle down here, it does not exist on headless for that fan. So it's a tooling charge. So I'd have to spend 10 grand plus to have that made to probably sell maybe 5 of them a year. I don't know how many I would sell. Not sure.
Can we get pickups installed at a small discount if we send them in?
Can you get pickups?
I'm guessing they're asking for a discount if we're not using our pickups and installing their pickups.
No, it's actually more work. I'd rather build a pickup and install the pickup rather than wait for a customer to send a pickup in, open the package, make sure the package isn't damaged, get it labeled, get it to the right department, then put notes on the order, make sure they stop what they're doing, go back to the area where those pickups are, open them up, put them in the guitar, and hopefully everything goes perfect. A lot of times there's custom wiring involved. I would much rather build our pickups and put them in there. We actually charge you more when you send in your own pickups. So it's not just no discount. We actually charge more. It is a lot more work and we lose our efficiency. So rather than being able to do, 20 guitars a day, 25 guitars a day, if we did all custom, we'd be down to like probably 10 or 12 a day. So now my cost just doubled in that one area. It's just not worth it. Yeah. So we do it and it's something that I could see us adding charges, and having a even higher charge at some point. It's there's some areas we just haven't really delved into what it really cost us. And, we are working on more of that, trying to figure out, what things are costing us more and what things do need to go up in price. So we'll be seeing that for 2026 for sure. Not saying the pickup thing, but just a cost increase in 2026.
Nick Kemp is asking, do you have any video of the Pearl Pink? I thought I was done this year, but that color needs to go on a Delos.
I got one right here, brother. All right, Brandon, I'm sending that to you.
All right, it's going up right now, Nick.
Sweet. And Nick, I think this week I have literally finished. Well, I guess it was last week and this week. So in the past like 7 days, I think I've finished like 5 builds for you. It's like I'm looking and I'm like, so I look to, I have to read the tag when I'm doing the final finish work, and I look and I'm like, oh shit, another one for Nick. It's crazy.
Would Tropic look good? Would Tropic look good with color shift?
It'd look all right. I don't know that it would. I wouldn't say good would be my first answer. I think a color like this, if you're wanting like a tropic kind of vibe, I think a blue mist metallic and then color shift around that, I think would look better. That'd be my opinion. Tropic's not a bad color. I think it's a great looking color. I just don't think the color shift is going to look that great on it. And I could be totally wrong. Been wrong before.
How long is the Rainbow Sparkle run going for?
Until we sell out. Yeah, it's not something we end. It's until we sell the set amount that only I know. Nobody else knows. The sales guys have no clue. In years past, I've set it as low as 25, and I've also set it higher. So only I know the number that we're going to allow. Well, I guess I know, and then my head painter knows also. He's aware.
Will you ever be adding relic hardware as an option?
I don't know. I don't see that. I mean, we'd have to add relic finishes first, I think, before the hardware. But it's a whole thing, where if you relic the finish, you should have the hardware, and then you have the screws, and then they rust. And I think relic guitars that are like old are badass. I don't know. I guess I don't understand I want to buy a brand new guitar built in 2026 that is already fucked up looking. I guess I just don't get it. I don't know. I'm not going to say never. We'll see what the future holds.
How many different colors do you have for candy finishes?
We have quite a few. So candy, the original was blue. So we got blue, aqua, teal, green, pink, red, purple, orange, yellow. I think I did a magenta. Did I miss anything?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. So it was like 10. They're badass. I've done quite a few candies in the past month, and they're, from previous builds, but yeah, they're really cool looking.
Can you order the Rainbow Sparkle on a Zeus Acoustic or AC275?
You can. Those are going to be builds that are going to be prepaid in full up front and no return, just because they're going to be so rare. Not that they won't look cool. They would be really hard for us to resell. And I get that these are no refunds, but technically if someone only puts down 20% and they cancel, all I got is their 20%. Whereas something like an acoustic, I want it prepaid. I don't want, to be stuck potentially with the guitar, because it will be badass, but so many people want an acoustic that has the thinnest finish possible, and those don't have crazy thin finishes. I want to show something off that I'm really stoked on. This is my personal Kyber. This one inspired some of the sculpting here, and we also did the promo. I think that was last week on Friday, was it, Brandon? The sculpted body promo, wasn't it last Friday?
I think that was 2 Fridays ago.
2 Fridays ago. But yeah, I just want to show this off. I ended up bringing it back in. It was hanging on my wall, but I brought it back in to swap the pickups out. I ended up putting covered pickups with gold pull pieces to kind of go with my Drop Shadow gold logo. And what makes this build really cool, not just the master grade top, but it has this light beach-like center, and it goes really nice with the roasted swamp ash body. And this is a build that I didn't put in. Brandon actually put it in, and I fell in love with the guitar, and I'm like, I'm fucking taking that one home. I don't want to sell it. I want to keep it. And I just had to swap the pickups out because Brandon had Beryllium and Illusionist in there, which are cool, but I wanted Empyrean and Thorium pickups. But yeah, I just wanted to show my little build off here, and this one's hanging on my wall at my house, and stoked on it.
We're about 45 in. Let's do 5 more questions.
Okay, 5 more questions. I didn't realize it was so long.
Can I still order an 8-string Snow?
Can order a 8-string Snow?
Yep.
I think we have a couple spots left. How that works is we ordered a certain number of hardware, and once the hardware is fulfilled, the builds are, then I think we cut it off. So there may be 1 or 2 spots left. If it's still available, then yes, you can, but you need to get your build in because time is a ticking. It's not a timeline. It's a quantity restriction.
Did Alan Holdsworth prefer chambered or solid body guitars?
He definitely preferred chambered, but he did also have a need and a want for solid body, and that's why we had updated his model and did some different things with that guitar. But he liked both. Yeah, he liked both.
We got Gamrat in here. He said you did a white and a raspberry candy.
Oh, that's right. I did do a white one. I did a white one for John, and then the raspberry candy. Was it a raspberry candy or was it a raspberry Arctic? I think it was a magenta candy and a raspberry Arctic, I think, John. I could be wrong. I would have it in my notes in my phone. So when I do custom finishes, I do put the notes in my phone, or I'll go in there to reference, like, what did I do again on this? And that way I have it.
What do you think about making Steph Carpenter a Rainbow Sparkle Snow?
I don't know. That would be his jam, personally. I mean, he, really fell in love with that camo Kyber that I brought him to the show. And I mean, I know Steph so well, and it was like, I just thought that was like super fitting. And he'll wear, camo shorts. All of his straps are camo. Every single one's the same. Doesn't matter. The guitar, like the high-vis yellow guitar, is going to have a camo strap on there. It's just what he does. So I think that guitar made a lot of sense. Could I see him with the Rainbow Sparkle? I don't know if he would like that. I think if he would, I don't think he would just want a Rainbow Sparkle. I think he'd want some crazy shit like this, or like this, where it's like popping off. And Steph may be watching. Steph, shoot me a text and tell me what color Rainbow Sparkle you think is dope.
I just joined. Can you get these Rainbow Sparkles over any color?
Yeah. I mean, you could get different colors that we offer. You can even get a custom color. Absolutely. Yeah. We just put together, several colors that we think look great. And you guys can see the examples. Keep in mind, any deviation from the colors we've set would require 100% paid in full because we don't know how it's going to look. And we're not wanting to take any responsibility and say, okay, yeah, we'll let you order it. And then you decide you don't want it. And we're like, God, that thing is ugly. And then we can't resell it. Right? Like someone wants it over, olive drab green. I mean, that's going to look terrible. But if that's your jam, man, I want to make that happen for you.
Any plans for nitro finishes?
They're illegal in California. I love having my business, so I'd have to say no. Yeah, you can't spray them in California. I know companies have done them, and they're going to risk everything, and I'm just not. So
Keith just texted me. I'm assuming he has a customer calling and asking. He says, "What are the pickups in the deal of the live?"
Let's see what we got here. Lithium pickups. This thing's badass. What about getting a little angle in there? Is that showing off any of the light there, Brandon, or no?
Gonna say you might have to scoot it forward a little bit. It looks dark.
Let's see about there. Do you get that at all?
Yeah, you can see it all right.
All right.
Exactly.
How about that?
That was a little better right there.
This thing's pretty badass. Should I hold it like this until it sells?
Just hold it like that. We just gotta sit here until Keith gets off the phone.
What do
with
you
this guy.
think? How long do you think I can hold it like this for? I'm already starting to sway. I can feel it.
I was gonna say I'll give it another 5 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
I could totally cheat and like set the headstock down on my lap and nobody would know.
I was gonna say you should have done that and then not told anyone. Like, damn, Jeff's ripped.
Dang, he's so strong. He's dad strong.
You
All
ready?
right. Well, on that note, did we get all 5?
I had one more question.
One more. Let's go.
Do you guys have any more Koa for Koa bodies?
I don't know. Yeah, we have. We stopped doing Koa bodies a while ago. We're just sitting with some flame Koa, and hopefully we're going to be able to get more of that. We don't know what the future holds with Koa. So if you've wanted a flame Koa build, it's a good time to buy one because at some point you're going to go, damn, I wish I would have. It's kind of like, you know, a legacy band. Like I wanted to see the Police really bad in concert and I didn't go. Tickets were like $550 and I was like hemming and hawing, like, and they weren't good seats for $550. Good seats were like $2,000. And, you know, me and my wife, it's like $4,000. It's expensive. So not that they're not worth it. That's not what I mean by that. And I kick myself for not going to the damn show. Don't kick yourself. Get one of these rainbows, get your Koa, get yourself a custom guitar. You've probably worked hard this year. You deserve it. Call my guys. I'm out.